Hello, welcome back to another weekly vlog, but this one is getting started a little bit differently because once again, technology has failed me. I feel like my ambitions of getting back into weekly vlogs have just been blown up a few times with technology fails, but here we are. The first couple of days of this weekly vlog recorded with no sound. So I am going to do my best to tap into my memory and record some voiceovers for you, telling you what I did and what I was talking about if I can remember. If not, it is what it is, and we will just move on. At the end of this weekly vlog, though, apparently I did fix whatever setting I had messed up on my camera, and all is well. This first weekly vlog I did kick off on Monday, and I have no idea what I am talking about here, but this week was pretty much just focused on trip prep and both from like a packing standpoint and work. I did a lot of work to try and get ready to go out of town, but also packing and taking you along for planning to be gone and away from my little girl for the first time for a whole week. Also, FYI, in case you can't tell, I'm a little bit sick as I'm recording this voiceover after I got home from our trip, not feeling 100%. So if I sound a little funky, that's why. This first clip is me sharing some of the things that I've purchased as we are preparing for our trip. It's been a long time since we've taken kind of a big international trip, so packing and preparing for it definitely took a little bit more intention than the travel we've done in the last couple of years. So the first thing I bought was a new swimsuit. Not technically new. I have had the blue version of this swimsuit for years. I absolutely love it. It's looking a little bit run down. I've been wearing it to swim lessons every week for the past year or so I decided to get a fresh one in the hot pink color. And then I also got some new V-necks. It was supposed to be really hot while we were there. It actually ended up dropping in temperature, but I'm still glad that I had these. I've talked about these in a favorites video before. They are V-necks from Amazon, just like the Amazon Basics brand, and I have them in a ton of colors. The next thing I talked about was this travel pillow that, spoiler alert, I didn't actually end up packing. Once I stuffed it with clothes, it was just too firm. It either was too lumpy because the clothes were too, like it wasn't enough, or it was too firm. So I ended up just taking my regular travel pillow. And then the last thing was just a little to go container, travel container for the hair product that I talked about in a prior vlog, the air dry cream from Divi. I found this perfect. It's like the exact same shade as the bottle from the brand at Target. And so I picked that up to be able to take the air dry cream with me on the go. Once again, no idea what I was talking about in this clip, but it is a cute clip of my little peanut as we are getting ready to start our day and her waving at the camera. I will never get tired of that. Okay, moving on to Tuesday. I had a couple other clips of me talking to the camera, both from Monday and Tuesday, but since I do not remember what I was talking about and I cannot really read lips well, I decided to just go ahead and cut those. But I did include this clip of a project, a house project that I did where I hung these cookbook shelves in the kitchen. I actually did this project on Monday while my friend was over, and of course, trying to multitask and chat with her while hanging the shelves. I did end up making a mistake, which is why there's a little extra hole there. I measured something incorrectly and drilled a hole that didn't need to be there. But I'm really excited with how these turned out. I do consider myself pretty handy. I'm a pretty handy person, and I can do most projects around the house. But it's, we make mistakes. We're all human. So I eventually figure it out and get the shelves hung properly. And I, again, just really like how they turned out. I put the mugs there just as filler for decoration for now. I would like to get something more specific here, something likely a little bit bigger than these mugs and something maybe a little bit more sentimental. I also could probably put picture frames there if I really wanted to, but I'm really excited in general how these shelves turned out. And then the other clip that I'm going to include here that I'm definitely bummed that that the audio didn't work were two packages that I got and that I wanted to share with you. So the first one is from a brand called Equilibria. I know I've talked about them before, so if you have heard me rave about them before, skip over this. But Equilibria is a CBD, so not THC, but CBD. I'm not going to go into the differences, and I'm definitely not going to go into whether, like, recommending things. Everybody is different. Everybody's body is different. I have found what works well for me, and the brand Equilibria has really helped with a lot of things for me. And these are the two products that I get in subscription from Equilibria every single month. One is a gel capsule, a CBD gel capsule that I take every morning with my vitamins, and one is the CBD sleep gummies that I take every night before bed. The other part of this clip is an Ulta order that I got in because the Ulta near me, the one I can walk to, doesn't carry everything in stock. And most of these things are repurchases of things that I've had before. You know, when you're going on a trip and you have products that are like really close to the end of it. And so you're like, I don't want to like take this and then end up running out of it. And I'm going to repurchase it anyway. So I went ahead and purchased new versions of things so that I could take a full, fresh version with me on the trip. All right, so the first thing is the eyebrow pencil that I use from e.l.f. I have been using this for years. Some of this shouldn't be a surprise. I did a whole get ready with me as part of Vlogmas in December where I share a lot of these products, so you can check that out if you're interested. But that one I have is almost done. Same thing with the eyeliner. I grabbed the Essence one. The one I think I have before is the e.l.f. one, but I grabbed this Essence one this time, just an eyeliner. Then the Essence Lash Princess Mascara. I do still love the Cosmetics, but I also love the Essence one as well. And then for face powder, there's a lot of Essence in this haul. I also got the Essence Long Lasting Face Powder. I love this stuff. I used to always use this Maybelline one, but the price just kept going up. And so I switched over to this Essence one, a fresh one for our trip. And then the next product is something I actually thought that I lost in the move. After placing this order, I did find mine, so that's a little bit of a bummer, but it is a pretty inexpensive product, and it is this eyeshadow quad from e.l.f. and super simple. I typically don't do eyeshadow anymore. I may throw a little bit of bronzer in my crease, but I thought on a vacation, especially one without a baby, I wanted to maybe be a little extra fancy, so I wanted to pack some eyeshadow and couldn't find mine before I placed this Ulta order. All right, the next thing is a bronzer. And so in my Get Ready With Me, I talk about how much I love the Physicians Formula Butter Bronzer, but I have always struggled with it breaking when I travel with it. I know some of you in the comments said you never have that issue. I don't know, I've had at least 2, if not 3, break on me traveling. So I've always used a different bronzer for travel. And the one that I use, I ran out of last time we traveled. So I needed to replace it. And I ended up deciding to go with this NYX Butter Bronzer, which it kind of works out that we're talking about this after the trip because turns out I actually love this bronzer. I love the color on my skin. I love how smooth it is. It is so pigmented, y'all. I hardly needed any of it, especially once I had a little bit of a tan. It was just so easy to put on and it smelled so good. So I am really happy with this purchase and may even just continue to use that once my Physicians Formula one is done. Next up is my hyaluronic acid from the Ordinary. I didn't actually take this on the trip. I'm not doing extra skincare on the trip, but that was almost out. So went ahead and did it or ordered it while I was placing this Ulta order. And then the last is this micellar water from Garnier. I talked about somewhere, maybe it was on a podcast episode with my sister, that I was basically out of this. So I decided to get the Walgreens brand to save a little bit of money. And it was so oily. It was so greasy. I actually kept it as like good eye makeup remover, but I like to use this micellar water like first thing when I wake up just to like get the gunk off my face. Or let's say I have a bare face all day and then I'm going to do makeup at night. I like to like wipe off the day off my face before I put makeup on. That's what I like it for. And the Walgreens one just did not do that. So I bought this one. I also went ahead and bought this one in the smaller size, and not because I don't love the big size. I loved the big size. But our new bathroom has a medicine cabinet that is a lot smaller, and the big one didn't fit in the medicine cabinet. And so I went ahead and got the smaller one because it fits better in the medicine cabinet. And that is it for our clips that have no sound. Hopefully this was still enjoyable for you and none of the things I said in the talking ones were that groundbreaking. And here's to no more technology issues on our weekly vlogs.
All right, it is Friday, and this is my master to-do list of things I'm trying to get to today. I realized, Lila's trying to grab the camera, so it's a bit shaky, that's why. Yeah, you want the camera? Okay, I guess they can look at us instead of the to-do list. Who's that? Anyway, so I had intentions of showing like Plan With Me clips weekly and daily in these weekly vlogs more than I have been. So anyway, there's a snapshot of my plan for today. Everything that I had checked off so far, so the couple work things and the laundry, I got done before this little one woke up. Is that Kitty? Is that a meow meow? And now that, are you saying hi? That we are awake and have had breakfast, we played for a little bit just to make sure that all of our places on the errand list are open. We're gonna go run some errands. Do you wanna go outside? Okay, we are home from running our errands, and here's the update. The Amazon return place was not open, which is kind of crazy because sometimes, okay, hold on. Sorry. Anyway, so this place wasn't even open, which is, not only do they open at 9, but sometimes they've been where there's not a person there, but you can still go in and drop the Amazon stuff off. So that will just have to move to next week because I'm not dealing with that today. I went to Home Depot. I went to Trader Joe's. I need to get that stuff out, and I'm gonna show you the flowers that I got. I forgot to drop the mail. It was just hiding in the bottom of the stroller, and I forgot to drop it off. That's also gonna be a next week Laken's problem. So half of the errands got done. All right, here's what I grabbed at Trader Joe's. Eggs, always. Bananas, always. Milk, not necessarily always, but since we have another toddler coming to visit this week, I knew we needed some extra milk. We probably would have survived another couple days with what we have, but I don't know how much milk he drinks and just wanted to be safe. These are our favorite in our house. Best hollow we found for the price in the city, and another staple in our house that we like what they have at Trader Joe's best. So just kind of stocked up on that, and most importantly, they finally had the cold brew concentrate in stock. Oh my gosh, I was so happy. And if we hadn't been walking and the car seat or the stroller wasn't already full with so much stuff, I would have bought more. But I bought as many as I could fit and carry. Hopefully the shortage is over. And these are the flowers that I picked out. So I planned, sorry, there's like still an egg on my counter. Oh my gosh, y'all. I'm kind of a mess today. Just trying to get a lot of things done in one day while with a toddler. My mom's coming to get her later because she's staying there tonight. We have a show tonight. I'll talk about that later. But I have her most of the day. So anyway, if you watch my goals video, one of my goals is to embrace the seasons. And one of those things I wanted to do was to have fresh flowers, kind of have the flowers give the vibe of the season. So I've been meaning to get some like wintry flowers. Like winter's almost over at this point, thankfully, but I still wanted something, and having company this weekend was a perfect time to get some fresh flowers. So I went to Trader Joe's thinking that I was going to get like a bunch that they already had, but they all just looked so springy. It was all just like super bright colors. They were beautiful, but just not the vibe I was going for. So I decided to like make my own, but I think I got too many because this is the vase I was gonna put them in, but I think all I really wanted all 4. I just feel like they went well together. I think it's too much for this one vase. So what I'm thinking is I have a couple other vases. I have this one, which matches like all the decor in our house and is really pretty, but I don't know if that's gonna like look right with those blue hydrangeas. Or I have this one, which is shorter, but I could cut the flower shorter. So that's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking I'm gonna make 2 smaller bouquets with what I bought. I'm excited. We'll see if Lila sits. She's having a snack in her high chair right now. We'll see if she sits long enough for me to do this project. Okay, here are my done bouquets. I kind of messed up. So I made this one first. I split out, basically I took every individual thing and I split it in half. And I knew that this one was bigger and wider. So if there was an odd number, I gave more to this one and less to this one. And then I made the mistake of making this one first. And I really liked how it turned out. I thought it was so cute and great. And then I went to make this one and it just was not enough. It was kind of like flopping over and it just wasn't looking good. So I ended up putting it in here, which again, I don't know. I'm a very matchy person. My mom yells at me all the time and is like, it doesn't have to be the exact same. And I'm like, it either needs to be completely different or the same. And like, so to me, these 2 blues, like it might bother my eyes, but it is what it is. So it looks better blue and blue than not enough flowers in this giant one. Now I could have tried to just make one big bouquet in here, but then I was already kind of like, I don't know, I'd already cut these to this size and like I'd already filled it up with water, and so I just wanted to leave it. So anyway, this is where we're at, these 2. I need to decide, I'm probably gonna leave one here in the kitchen and then go put one on the dining room table. All right, nothing like someone coming to visit to put a fire under your butt to clean the house. I mean, I've been trying to do a good job of staying on top of cleaning. I think there is definitely something motivating about it being your own house and wanting to keep things nice and clean and stay on top of the cleaning instead of like this like desperate clean. But basically, instead of doing a little bit every day, which is what I have been trying to do, I just saved it all for today, knowing that like between Lila's nap and then my mom came and picked her up a little bit ago, I would be able to just like rampage through the house and get most of it done. So pretty much everything is done. The only thing, I need to put all the stuff back in the bathrooms. You know how when you like take all the stuff off the counters and like the bath mats, well, the bath mats are in the dryer, but like all the stuff out of the bathrooms to clean them, and you have to wait for everything to dry, and then you put the stuff back in the bathrooms. That's what I'm waiting for. So I'm talking to you while the bathroom's dry. And then I think that's it. Well, the sheets on the guest bed are still being washed too. So those I haven't done, but I have to wait for the washer. I can't do that now. So I think what I'm gonna do is paint my nails and get the last bit of work that I need to get done. I'm gonna kind of like multitask. I know there's lots of research about multitasking being bad. When I say multitasking, I mean I'm gonna paint my nails, and then while that coat dries, I'm gonna do like a work task. I think it's gonna keep me from rushing through my nails and then also getting some of the work stuff done. And then I will finally take a shower. I haven't showered today, which is disgusting, but I also should not be wearing a sweatshirt while I'm doing this, but hopefully my ring, not my wedding rings, hopefully my Oura ring is picking up that I'm doing housework and getting my heart rate up. What else was I gonna tell you? Oh, actually, I'm gonna sit on the stairs for a second. So my plan is to update you on books in every vlog. I don't have any books for this vlog. I feel like that has been this year. It's been like a bunch of books, no books, a bunch of books, and now here we are with no books, because I am currently, I think actually in the last vlog, did I tell you that I finished Iron Flame? I can't remember. I actually don't think I did. I think I finished it and then like closed out the vlog before or something. So I did finish Iron Flame. Maybe there's a little bit of a book here, but I talked about Fourth Wing in that last vlog and love Fourth Wing. Iron Flame is good. I love the series. I love the characters. I love the dragons. It's not my favorite. And now I am reading Onyx Storm and it's taking forever. There's no way. I think I'm at like 30%. I'm definitely getting to the point where it's like, I'm not gonna finish it probably before our trip. We leave a week from tomorrow, but I'm probably gonna need to download other books to have while we're there, because I mean, I'm a vacation without Lila. We have not done this. We have not, you know, it's funny because I feel like a lot of parents talk about like leaving their kids, and we are obviously so thankful that my mom is here and watches Lila a lot and is amazing and takes care of her, and she spends the night there and it's great. But every time that we have left just the two of us, I guess it's a trip, but it's been for somebody else's wedding. That's the only time that we have left. This is the first time that we're leaving just the two of us for something like just for a vacation. So I'm excited. And I'm hoping there's gonna be a lot of reading time. Although I was reviewing the itinerary this morning and it is packed. It's packed. So it's gonna be one of those vacations where I'm gonna come home and I'm gonna need a vacation for my vacation. But then I'm gonna have my toddler who I'm gonna miss so freaking much. And I'm just gonna wanna like be with her and that's that. Anyway, so I'm reading Onyx Storm. I'm not gonna finish it before this vlog ends later today. The nonfiction book that I'm listening to is The Let Them Theory by Mel Robbins. And I am probably half-ish way. It's so good. Full review will be likely in next week's vlog, but it's so good. So, all right, I probably should not have sat down. That was a bad idea. Okay, let's go. Okay, my multitasking worked until my computer died. And I don't want to go upstairs and like untangle my charger from my desk. I got a new computer. I can't remember if I talked about this somewhere. I'm sure I mentioned it. The first week of January, I went and bought a new computer. And I love it. I'm loving it. I ended up getting a Lenovo. I went to like a local electronics store instead of like a Best Buy. My brother, who's super into electronics, especially like he builds his own PCs for gaming, he recommended it. And the guy I spoke with there was absolutely fantastic. I gave him like my budget and the things that I use it for and kind of what I liked about my current computer, what I didn't like. And my biggest thing I didn't like was its battery life. And that we ended up on this Lenovo. But I haven't bought a second charger yet. I don't know that I need one, truthfully, because the battery life is so good. It just has been off of its charger all day. I've been carrying it around the house. I keep wanting to say apartment, like I live in a house now. Carry it around and like doing stuff, so like it died. And this is like this part of painting my nails that I need to wait the longest is between the last coat of color and the top coat. So I'm gonna chat with you while this round of my nails dries. So I still am loving Dazzle Dry. I painted my nails the color LOL. Basically, it's like the same color as my shirt. Tomorrow's March, so I wanted to do like a green color because I am not gonna have gray nails for St. Patrick's Day. We are actually traveling home from Argentina on St. Patrick's Day. We leave Argentina on the 16th and we get home here on the 17th. And I am gonna get my nails done for trips. I know I've mentioned this before. Most of the time I paint my nails at home and I use Dazzle Dry. I love it. I am an avid picker, so as soon as something small lifts or chips or anything, I will pick it off. I know it's not good for my nails. I don't wanna hear it. So when I travel, I will go get a gel manicure to make sure that it's like good and solid and doesn't come off while I'm traveling. And even though we're gonna be coming home on St. Patrick's Day, I'm not gonna get green. I wanna get something more neutral for our trip. So I decided for this last set of Dazzle Dry before I go get my nails done, I'm gonna go with a green color. So yeah, I feel like I'm in pretty good shape. I have to just put the sheets on the guest bed and then get ready for the show. And then I'm gonna eat dinner. Usually, so I know I've also mentioned this in a vlog before. I really struggle with this balance, and I'm sure I've said this before too, y'all. I struggle with the balance of talking about stuff I've already talked about in case like you watched it and you don't want to hear me say it again, but at the same time, like it's valid and important to the thing I'm about to say, which is we are Broadway and Chicago subscribers. Both my husband and I love Broadway. It is something we immediately bonded over the first day that we met. He was working in the Broadway industry at the time, and we love Broadway. And so that was definitely one of the harder parts about leaving New York City was Broadway. Now, don't get me wrong, Chicago gets a lot of great shows, but it doesn't get everything, or it takes forever for us to get things, which is sometimes like impatient. Sam will be like, I really want to see this. And then it takes 2 years for the tour to come to Chicago. So one of the things that most major cities do this, if you're a Broadway fan, you live in a big city, if Broadway shows come to your city, there's probably some sort of subscriber package that you can pay for that you get a discount and you have the same seat for every show. Now, the difference, so my dad and stepmom have done it for years in San Antonio, and in San Antonio comes to one theater. So literally they have the exact same seats for every show. In Chicago, there are multiple theaters, and so we have the same general area of seats, but not the exact same seats because it's in different theaters. One of the really great things about it now, that, especially now that we have Lila, is that it is a forced date night. It is literally, they will email us, here are the dates for your, so the other thing you get to do, you get to pick, I didn't explain this well, you get to pick where your seats are in the theater. And obviously the closer your seats are, the more expensive your tickets are. It's still a great deal, but you get to choose what price range you want to be in depending on where you want to sit. You also get to pick the day of the week, and there are certain tickets that are more expensive. So you could do Tuesday or Wednesday night. You could do Thursday or Friday night. Those are like the price chunks. Or you could do like the weekend ones, and the weekend ones are more expensive, and Friday night gets lumped in with Thursday. So it's a little bit less expensive, but you can pick like and I love a Friday night. It just like works well. I like Friday night better than Saturday night for whatever reason. And so when they email us, like when they solidify all the shows, they say like, here are all the Fridays that you have show tickets for in the next session. And I immediately reach out to my mom and I'm like, are you available? And if not, then I find a different babysitter. But it's like date nights are on the books, ready to go. Now, most of the time we go to dinner first and we make an actual date night of it. And we leave at probably 5:30 and we go downtown and we have dinner, and the show is usually at 7:30. That is not happening today, just because of everything that we've had going on and company. And we're about to go on like 8 nights of date nights in Argentina. We decided to just like eat food at home and work / clean / whatever up until the time we need to leave, which we usually take the train down. Like our rule is we train down there and Uber home. So we'll probably leave at like 6:45, take the train down there. The show we're seeing tonight is Clue, the musical. I think it's going to be a little bit silly, but I think it'll be fun. I think when you go into those kinds of shows, you just have to know that it's going to be silly. Like you can't be expecting it to be like Phantom of the Opera, right? The other thing I noticed, I was looking at the details on like what theater it's at and all that. The show is only 90 minutes with no intermission. Perfection for shows like this. Like we recently saw Death Becomes Her, and the cast was incredible. The set and the special effects were incredible, and I loved some of the songs. It was way too long. The second act like dragged out. It also, it's past my bedtime when we get into like a really long show, right? Like I love that it's gonna be 90 minutes. It's gonna be done at 9. We may even train home tonight, so to Uber home because it'll only be 9 o'clock. So anyway, that is, I'm looking forward to it, I think, especially now knowing that it's only 90 minutes with no intermission. But as much as I would love to drag this out and close the vlog tonight and tell you about the show, I'm actually gonna close it out here. I will talk, sorry, I'm switching arms because my arm got tired. I did not think this clip was gonna be that long. I don't necessarily, the color dries fast. I know that the longer I sit and let this dry before I put the top coat in, the longer it lasts, the manicure. So anyway, I'm gonna close out this vlog here so that I can get these clips uploaded and done, so that I am done with this vlog. Although my editor is out of town, so she wouldn't be tackling this until Monday anyway. But it's time to close out this vlog. I will tell you about the show. I always do a weekend recap on Instagram, so you probably would have already seen this, but maybe I'll like include it in the comments, or I can talk about it next week. I don't know, we'll see. If you made it to the end of this vlog, this vlog is going up a little bit after St. Patrick's Day, but like since we're talking about it, comment with like some sort of green emoji, like the 4-leaf clover emoji or the green heart or green leaf, some sort of green emoji for my green nails. St. Patrick's Day will be close-ish to when this vlog comes out. And that is gonna be it. If you liked it, I would also appreciate a thumbs up. And if you're new here, please click that subscribe button. I upload new videos every week focused on helping you achieve your goals. Thank you so much for watching. Let me say that again. Plan with Lila.